Hello my friends, Kurt Berglund with you, and football week continues on my channel. Today we're going to go over some basic gameplay elements for PiRate football, and I've archived on a playlist on my channel the PiRate football videos that I've done so that you can refer to them easily. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. And I need your subscriptions, of course, to keep my channel going. I do appreciate it very much. All right, so we're going to start by looking at, and again, play calling is on a separate video. The unboxing is on a separate video, kind of going over everything that you get. Today we're just going to focus on the gameplay elements, special teams, offense, and defense, and how you get results, and what you do. So let's take a look at PiRate football. All right, I've grabbed 3 dice. For special teams play, you need 3 D6s, and you're going to look down this column. The different special teams functions go across the top of each chart, and all of the charts are formatted the same as you would guess. This is the 68 Jets. This is the 68 Chiefs. So if we suppose that the Chiefs are kicking off, we'd roll like this and we'd get an 8. So we'd get a 58 minus. Now for the kickoff, what the 58, so what we're going to try and do is to kind of walk you through what a few of these rolls would look like. So for the 58 minus, you're saying to yourself, well, what yard line does that put me on? Good question. For the AFL was at the 40-yard line. 58 minus tells you that you're going to add 5 yards to the kick return. Right here, the ball is kicked off 58 yards from the kickoff spot and add 5 yards to the kick return. All right, so 40 plus 58 knocks us down to the New York Jets 2. We're going to add 5 to the return, and that will put us at the Jets 7 before we even roll the dice. Okay, so here's the kick return right here. We rolled a 10. The kick return is 21 yards, so 7 plus 21 puts us out at the Jets' 28-yard line. Now notice, one of the things that can happen is you can have a long gain on the kickoff return, depending upon what you roll. If we had rolled that, we'd re-roll on this chart, on this column, and add that to the yard line where we started from with the kick return. You can squib kick, you can onside kick as well. You can have an onside return, punt, max protect on your punt, punt block, punt return, long gain on the punt return would look like this. Then there's your column, and so on. So there's our, we'll do one more to give you an example of how it works. Oops, I'm getting ahead of myself here. All right, so special teams kickoff would go like this. 11:53, so 40 plus 53 puts us at the 7-yard line of the Jets, and now the Jets would roll for their kickoff return, and they'd get a 16, and it would be an 18-yard return plus a fumble. So let's resolve the fumble so we know how to do that right away. And this sequence would apply to any fumble situation in the game. So both teams have to roll 3 dice. We're going to roll for the Jets first. So we're on the 25-yard line of the Jets when the fumble occurs. Now, there is, for both teams, a fumble rating. And So you're rolling against each other. For the Chiefs, the fumble recovery rating is a -2. For the Jets, it's a 0. So if we roll first for the Jets, we get a 17. Okay, no adjustment because it's a 0. Now we roll for the Chiefs, and it's a 15, but we subtract 2, it goes down to a 13 because apparently they weren't very good at recovering fumbles. So the Jets do recover, and they keep the football, even though they fumbled it on their 25. That is how you do the fumble recovery. All right. Now let's talk about resolving a play from scrimmage. Now again, we're not going to go through how to select a play on this video. We are just going to look at what happens after the play is selected. So the Jets have the ball. Here's the Chiefs' defense chart. And the Jets' offense page looks like this. Both of these charts have to interact to get the outcome to the play. So we're on the Jets' 25, and it's 1st and 10. For the sake of what we're doing, let's suppose that we're going to select play number 5 on our play sheet. Yeah. All right. Now we've selected play number 5. We're going to roll our 3 D6s right here. And we're going to get an outcome. Then we're going to look at the defensive response to the play. Let's do that first. Suppose that the defense was, I don't know. Let's suppose the play number is 5 for the Jets. Let's suppose the defense selected is defense A. We're going to roll, when we get to this point, we're going to roll 1 D6. For defense A, you see there's A. In fact, let's get a little bit closer to the action here so you can see better what we're looking at. So all of these are defense A. A. Defense B. B. C. C. But what varies is your D6. So if we're using offensive play 5, doesn't matter. This is the defense's response to the offense play call. So we're looking at offensive play 5, and we've got defense A. We have to roll the D6 to see which of these rows we're going to look across for column 5. That'll tell us which of these we are going to look at for the defensive's contribution to the play result. Perfect. We rolled a 4. All right. So we're looking at A, 1 or 2. No, it's not. A, 3 or 4. It is a 4, so this is our row. We look across to column 5, and the result is 2-5. What does that mean? Well, what it means in PiRate football is that the result of the play can only be between a low of 2 and a high of 5 yards gained. All right, so that's our defensive result. What's the offense's contribution to all this? Well, let's take a look. Now I'm going to lift you up here. The offense's contribution comes from their play chart. And this is play 5. This is our dice column. We're going to roll our 3d6s, add them together, and get 9. All right, so play 5. Our dice roll is a 9. And we have an outcome of an 8 that you see right there. Now, to do this, you have to combine the offense's tally with the defense's tally. But the important thing that happened when we rolled for the defense's outcome is that we had a low of 2 yards gained and a high of 5 yards gained. So what do? Well, we look at the offense's contribution to this, and we have an 8. So we know that it's got to be on the high end of this range, so the gain is 5 yards, not 8, not anything else. 5 yards is the high end of this gain, and so that's what the Jets gain on first down at 2nd and 5 yards. Hope that's clear. Let's do another one. Let's suppose that we are going to choose play number 10. All right, so we'll do the same thing. We're on the Jets offense. We're going to do a 10. This time we'll do the offense first. All right, so it's play 10. And it's a 15. Play 10 is an N on our result table. Okay. So, let's talk about your different results that you could get on a play result chart. An N is an incomplete pass. Okay, now let's look at the defensives chart. Let's suppose that it was defense D. Same thing here now. I'm going to bring you down. Defense D. Here's the outcome for 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. We'll roll our 1d6, and it's D5. Now we're going to slide across to play 10, and it's a 0. So we have a 0 on the defensive side. What happens with offense versus defensive plays? If the offense does not have an automatic gain and the defense result is an automatic gain, automatic 0, automatic loss, N or QBH, the offense result is ignored, and the result is what's shown on the defensive play. So it's 0. If the offense and the defense conflict, and the offense doesn't have a gain, if the offense does not have a gain and the defense has one of these, you follow what the defense does. Well, we don't have a gain on the offense. We have an incomplete pass. So it's a 0 result. We accept the defense result, and that's what it is. Right there, there's our 0. And there is no gain. It's 3rd and 5 for Joe Willie Namath. All right. Now we're back to our playlist for the offense, and we're going to try play, we'll try play 17. All right, so here's our column. We'll do the offense first, and it's a 5. All right. 21 is our result for play 17. The asterisk means out of bounds. So that's what we've got on the offensive side. Now let's choose a defense. Let's do defense E. And play 17 will bring you down again and get you a better look. And here's the defense chart. All right, defense E, play 17 is here. We rolled a 1. It is a 0. So there's nothing to add to the play. We accept the 21-yard gain plus out of bounds. We'll do timing at another point. But what this means is it's a 1st and 10 for the Jets on their own 41-yard. No, I'm sorry. It's a 1st and 10 for the Jets on the Chiefs' 49-yard line. Okay, now let's suppose that wasn't the result. Let's suppose we had rolled a 3 on the play outcome for the offense. And we'd have one of these QBHs. So we have a quarterback hurry, which is what that is short for, the quarterback hurry. So what does that tell us to do? Well, there is a separate chart for the quarterback hurry. And I'm going to put it here so that we can hopefully see it. Well, there we go. The numbers are big enough. We're in good shape. Now, for a quarterback hurry grade, every team has one. QBH is an E. For the Jets, it's an E. So we look at the E column and we roll all 3 dice. And we get a 9. That means it's a sack. How bad is the sack? Well, we have a sack column. It's a 13. The sack is a loss of 5 yards. So on those events where you get a quarterback hurry, you could get a scramble situation, which would have happened for Namath if we had rolled an 11 or 12. But notice, or 13. But notice doesn't scramble. He scrambles, I guess, an average amount. And then, but if you get a sack result, then there is your column that you would consult for that. There are other outcomes on the quarterback hurry table. They include pass, which would be down here. Quarterback passes the ball, roll the dice, and consult the regular offensive play. 0-15, right there. Oops, I'll slide this up so you can actually see the 0-15. Here's one. And 0-15, you roll the dice again and consult the original offensive play, but there's a 15-yard penalty on the offense on the play. And then a 15I with a question mark. Excuse me. Right there. In that case, the quarterback scrambles and throws the pass, roll the dice again. If the result is incomplete, it becomes intercepted 15 yards past the line of scrimmage. Now, on a scramble, here's your scramble column. Right there. FD1 might be confusing. Quarterback scrambles 1 yard past the first down marker. Here's FD1. Here's FD1 with an asterisk. That tells you he went out of bounds. 1 yard past the out of bounds marker, or down past the first down marker. And if you get a long gain, you're going to consult the long gain on the offensive chart for plays for the quarterback scramble. So you'd look, in the Jets case, you'd look under the long gain column. All right. Now, if you have an interception, it is intercepted the number of yards past the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage if the number is negative. After the interception, the intercepting team is entitled to an interception return. So if we had rolled for the Chiefs an interception, we would have pulled out our special teams chart and looked at the interception return table. So let's play this out a little bit. Suppose that Namath throws a pick here on play 20, 42 yards downfield, and it's an interception. Then we'd look at our interception return column, roll our 3 dice, and we'd have a 12. That's a 6-yard return. And the Chiefs would set up shop with the football. All right, now, last thing for this video will be the punt and the punt return. Let's suppose the Jets had not successfully gotten a first down. They did, but let's suppose that they had not. A number of possibilities for the punt. Here's our punt column for the Jets. We do this from the line of scrimmage, not from where the punter punts the ball. So we're moving the yard marker here from the line of scrimmage. This would be a 65-yard punt from the line of scrimmage had we rolled a 4. If we rolled a 3, it's 33 yards from the line of scrimmage and no return. If there's a plus, this would go 47 yards from the line of scrimmage with 5 yards subtracted from a punt return. Good coverage. If it's a minus, like we don't have here, so let's look at the Chiefs. They sure have one. 48 minus. This goes 48 yards past line of scrimmage with 5 yards subtracted. I'm sorry, with 5 yards added to the punt return. Then there is a B. I don't know if either one of these teams will have one. Here's one, punt block. Punt is blocked 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage and treated like a fumble. And then the ampersand sign is here. And that tells us the punt is 42 yards past the line of scrimmage and safely kicked with no chance for a block, but with 5 added to the punt return because you're on max protect against the punt block. All right, so those are your punt symbols. Punt returns, pretty straightforward. You have a long gain possibility, so then you look at your punt return long gain. Actually, we would do that for the Chiefs since the Jets would be kicking to the Chiefs in this example. So here's our 2 long gains. There's our punt return long gain column. You re-roll your 3 D6s and go for it from there. Before we depart, here is your penalty chart. You also need your 3 D6s for to resolve what kind of penalty result you're going to get. Notice your play options are across the top, so when a penalty does take place, there is you have to look down the appropriate column, either for defense or offense. All right. that is our walkthrough of the play sequence, how to resolve different plays for special teams. What do you do with an offensive play, and how do you roll and resolve that? And then how do you do the defensive play? Everything is laid out in the PiRate football instructions, so you can take a look at that. What I've tried to do is to model just kind of what you would do to manage your play outcomes after you select your play on offense and defense, which again is on a separate video that I have on my PiRate football playlist. All right, thank you so much for being with me. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video for your friends looking at PiRate football. I've got all the PiRate football ordering info in the description for this video. You can take a look at that as well. Thanks for being with me. I hope you have a good day. So long, everybody.